Here is wisdom. Let him that hath understanding count the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man, and his number is 666. Revelation chapter 13, verse 18. Peace be unto you all. In this series, which is called Here is Wisdom, we are going to get into the most exciting biblical verse in the Bible, in my humble opinion. This verse, Revelation 13:18, concerning 666, is legendary. There have been movies made about it, concerning um, the Antichrist with the movie The Omen, and the Antichrist being Daniel and this kind of thing. So it's one of the Bible verses that's a part of pop culture. Almost, it almost transcends religion. It's like mainstream. It's almost, and it has entertainment value. So this is a very significant verse, even though people, it may be used for entertainment and making movies, or even be used in songs, or even used as an insult. But this is a very significant verse, and we're going to explore this. We're going to get into this. So in this video series, it is my desire, if I may humbly say, to crown you with wisdom, or maybe I should say, I would like you be able to have the tools to crown yourself with wisdom in God's holy universe. And when I say God's holy universe, I'm talking about the universe that you see now, and that's something that when you die, when you walk around and you see the earth and the sun and the stars and his creation. This is his creation. The creation is a perfect creation. It submits to his will. I mean, we know what time the sun is going to rise. We know what time the sun is going to set. We know we can calculate the habitation of the stars. I mean, so the universe is in total submission to the will of God. But there's one creature that we say, or that we regard, that doesn't do what that he was created to do, that's now that we don't say is always in entire submission to God, or does what God says all the time, and that's man. But I'm getting a little bit off the subject. Okay, let me get back. It is my sincere belief that if you will give me a chance after you watch this video series, you will begin to see how truly special you are. What I am saying is that I'm saying that your mind, the mind inside your brain, is so powerful that eyes have not seen nor ears have heard what God is going to what God is going to enable you to do with your mind in His universe while you live. Okay. So, but there's a problem right now. The problem is your mind and all the ancient wisdom potentially within it is asleep. You're not. You may have heard scientists say that we're only using 5% of our brains, and this, and that. Well, there's some truth to it. I don't exactly agree in the way that they say it, because it suggests that there's parts of our brain that's not operational. But what I'm saying is that when I say you're asleep, I'm saying that you don't know yourself. You don't know who you are. You're asleep. You sleep to your purpose, and you also sleep to the things that you can actually do. Okay, and you must wake up. So you may ask me, well, how do I wake up? Well, here is wisdom. Let us begin. I shall begin by way of example. Okay, let's say, now just walk with me. I know you guys are going to be like, what in the world are you coming from? But just walk with me. Okay, let's say that Michael Jordan and Cheryl Miller, probably the two greatest basketball players, as far as men and women in sports have ever seen. Michael Jordan and Cheryl Miller had a baby named, let's call the baby Jordan Jr. Okay. Next, let's say that the artist, let's say Prince, and let's say Janet Jackson, let's say they had a baby too. Let's say their baby was named Little Prince. All right. And okay, and in this example, let's add you to the equation. Now let's say that you are a high school counselor, a high school guidance counselor, excuse me. Okay. Now, let's say for whatever reason, Jordan Jr., who goes to your high school, is interested in music and has joined the high school marching band, and he's not very good. And let's say that Little Prince wants to be an athlete and has joined the varsity basketball team. And let's say he's basically third string and rides the bench. He can't play basketball very well. Okay. Now let's say that you go to that basketball game and notice Prince sitting on the bench and Jordan trying to play music in the marching band, and the team is losing. All right. Now, as a guidance counselor, no, if you let's say you knew the genealogical history of Little Prince and Jordan Jr., it will become very obvious to you that these children are not successful right now in their endeavors and will never reach their full potential because of the path that they decide to walk down. Now, the reason uh, they will probably not be very successful is either number one, they don't know or appreciate their heritage, their genealogical history, and they are wasting their time in the wrong environments. Looking at the situation objectively, uh, we can easily see that one could determine that Little Prince should be studying music and Jordan Jr. should be, playing basketball based on the history and the genealogical situation of the parents. Uh, okay, the point I'm trying to make here by this example is you must know yourself. By knowing your history, you can find out who you really are and focus your energy on becoming the greatest you can be. Well, who are you? Well, again, here is wisdom. So let's look at your father's universe. Let's see what's in your DNA.